remember what I'm doing. Um, Hang on a second. There we go. All right, sound check. I should have turned those on before switching over, but I think I got it right. How's everybody doing? How is the sound? Um, Mercury retrograde has been rough. Yeah. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Sound is good. Fantastic. Believe it or not, I turned Zelda back on today and I was like, I know exactly what we're doing. So, excited to get back into it with this game. I know exactly what I'm doing, so it's going to be good. But yeah, how has your Mercury retrograde been? I this one I feel like we really did call it when we were like, this one might be like a little extra with Mercury's condition being as it is. So good to see everybody. I'm glad we have this. I'm glad this isn't being all weird. I did a couple tests before, so hopefully the recording comes out well too. And anybody who likes to watch the replay on YouTube will get to see it. Also, I am trying to figure out, and it's just a matter of I have to get around to it. I think I can stream this to YouTube as well as Twitch, and that is something I will do if I can figure it out. So I'm going to reacquaint myself a little bit with the controls here. Okay. Computer tech being wonky this week. Brain tech was wonky last week. Glad to be celebrating the end of the retrograde with a baby shower. Yay. So the good news is it is going to end next week on the 20th. On the same day that we have the Aries ingress, we will have Mercury stationing direct. So that is something to look forward to. Honestly, it is. I'm going to be doing, for anybody who's interested, oh, we have a Korok right off the bat. For anybody who's interested, I will be tomorrow on Patreon. I'll be doing a live broadcast of the Aries Ingress overview. A portion of it will be taken and put on the YouTube for you to be able to enjoy, no problem. But if you're on the podcast tier, the Patreon or higher, you will be able to join live. And we can talk to our heart's content about what the ingress has in it. If you have any specific questions, I'll do my best to address those. That replay will remain just on the Patreon. Not because I'm trying to keep secrets from people, but because I feel like with this kind of stuff, there's a certain level of consent that's required, and that's how I've built that into the Patreon. Erin, I'm excited too. It's going to be really fun to see everybody. There's a live call on the book club tier, and that's amazing every week. I love the book club, and it'll be really cool to see other people too. So we'll have that. All right, gonna pop here because that's yeah. Oh no, it's not one of these. I'm being timed. It's okay. Worst case scenario, we just go back up. If you don't know. Timing things that time me, like this one, these are the things that make me that make me the most nervous. We did it, and we didn't lose any hearts. Okay, cool. Woof. Into the Ravenwood, thank you so much for the subscription. Oh, you're so nice. 2 months. I'm so excited. I will be here. I'm glad you will be too. That means a lot. Okay, so now we're down here. We're trying to get over there, but that's okay because you know what we've got. Hang on. This. Haha. That is our new cool thing, and we can do it 2 more times before it has to refill up. You also got a watch streak, Mavewin. That's awesome. Yay! You are currently on a 25 stream streak. That is the coolest thing ever, and I appreciate you for it. Yeah, now I gotta remember exactly where I am, because there's a quest that we're doing over here. Didn't know they counted that either. Glad they do, though. Reasons to celebrate you. We love it. Okay, it should be over this way. You know what? For old time's sake. Yes. Look at all that. That's nice. Okay, so I think it's up on that hill over here. We're gathering together a bunch of the child... oh my gosh, think of the word. Rito. Rito are the bird people. Hi, Ren. Yeah. Um, and we are helping them do their rehearsals of their singing. If I can remember where we're going, because that Korok threw me off a little bit, but no regrets. Cool, cool, cool. Yay. And if I can find this thing, we can talk a little bit about how singing can help your magic. We can talk about more about Mercury retrograde, a little bit more about the Aries ingress. This is not it because they're not going to be in the snow section. There it is. Ahaha. Yay. Also, I don't, fellow gamers, I have joined the Pokopia craze, and I will tell you I really enjoy it. It's really nice. I haven't gotten to play it a ton, mostly because I am also, fun news, finishing the first draft of my manuscript this week. And I'm very excited about it. I will have it finished before I go to Peru. Yeah. Did everyone make it through the storm last night? Oh, yeah. The Midwest had a bunch of tornadoes. I hope everybody's safe. You didn't have a tornado here, but you did have hail. Thank you, Steflin. I'm very excited. I'm proud of it. I've never been this proud of a book that I've written, so I'm really excited about it. Yeah. So if you do not have a Switch 2, but you have a friend who has a Switch 2, you can play with them in their, there's like a virtual play thing. It's not the same, but it's something. Yeah, Pokopia, it is pretty fun. If you have that itch for Animal Crossing with a couple life quality of life upgrades to it, it's great. Dan is next to me right now playing as we speak. So he's watering plants and then some. Yeah, I'm glad that everybody here in the chat is at least safe, and I hope that that continues. Oh no, you messed up. Okay. This is the pattern. Okay. But now I got to figure out how that associates with these guys. I can't remember. Do I have to blow? I think I need a leaf, if I remember correctly. I think you make a whistle through the holes here. Which just means somewhere, I'll take these, there must be a leaf. Do I have a leaf? I might have a leaf. Nope. Let's remember how nope. This is how we do it, yes. I do not have a leaf. Okay. Yeah, I have only ever seen tornadoes while on a tornado chase, and they did not impact any communities or homes. So I got to really enjoy them. But yeah, I wasted so many arrows. I remember on my first playthrough, I also wasted a bunch of arrows. I'm just trying to remember. I think maybe if I poke this tree, well, maybe not this one. It's a pine tree, one that has leaves. I should be able to get leaves off of it. Because what else is this tree here for, right? I don't want to chop it down. I just want to, knock a leaf off of it. That's not going to do it. Well, that's not going to do it either, clearly. And then there's another Korok right there, too. Wow, with the distractions here. If I do this. No, okay. We'll take the eggs. Yeah, I just, Gotta remember how to get leaves. While I think about that, we'll just get this guy. Where's the next flower? There it is. Whoop, there. Jeez, I'm gonna have to start investing in our stamina too. Boop-a-doo. Yeah, and that's the end. Cool, cool, cool. Is that Zelda? Okay. Zelda the dog. Yay! Okay. back down to our leaf predicament. I really thought that you could hit it with like something and cause a leaf to fall out. Hey Dan, when you have a second, would you mind Googling Breath of the Wild how to get a leaf? All right. This is not the type of tree you can cut down, so it might not be the type of tree that gives leaves. But it's the only one that would, so. Yeah, so the problem is this tree is too big. Okay, then we'll try. We'll see if a pine tree will give us a leaf. We need something here. This should do it. Ugh. Well, I got an acorn. No, are you really gonna tell me that we don't have leaves nearby, or trees nearby that will give leaves? That's silliness. Okay, we're gonna teleport away to get a leaf. Does it work on bushes? Gotta try it really quick. Wow, okay. Seems like an oversight, because that tree up there is going to be a really big one too. Okay, to the stable. Not that. To the stable. I think it's on the other side here. This one. Oh, but the teleport's not near it. It's the Rito village itself. That's okay. There are a bunch of trees near there too. That is fine. Cool. So we'll get a leaf, then we'll help the kids sing, then we'll open up a shrine, and we'll have that going for us. Yeah, so some stuff that we can talk about while we're collecting leaves. If we find the right type of tree, there's got to be the right type of tree. I know this is all very, I guess, alpine, but I'm not seeing anything but pine trees. No. I just feel like somebody here should give us a leaf. Don't get mad. Huh? Okay. Nice. Well, I made a bridge incidentally, but no, that didn't give a leaf either, which honestly, that checks out, but we're going to go to the plateau, I guess. I don't know. We'll find a leaf. But yeah, if anybody has any questions, you made macrame turkey keychains. You felt inspired after Monday's live to make some travel charms for Hermes. I love the turkey. That's a great choice. Let me zoom myself out here. Yeah, I'm actually in the thick of making the talismans for our travelers right now. Yeah, I mean, do I have to cut down all the trees here? You know, let's find out. We got time. We're gonna do it right. There it is. We got a leaf. We just needed Aaron to say it, so that's all. And now we're all set. Okay. Great. We are on our way. The magic is there. It has been summoned. And so it was. Excuse me, sir. You're in my way. Oh, really quickly, just checking in on the status of... Where does it show me how many spheres I have? Over here, key items, yeah. Now we have 3. Okay, I don't think we can quite do it yet. I'll talk to you later, madam. Okay, we're going up. Yeah, Turtle. You were going to ask why turkey? Yeah, okay. I was a little confused, but it's okay. I was going to go with it because who am I to question what you've been guided to do? But turtle makes sense. Yeah, I am halfway through, just about, assembling what will become the talismans for our travelers. If you don't know, I always try to do some kind of folk magic. I try to make it a talisman for our for the travelers on every trip. Like I did some Italian folk magic for the travelers in Italy because that was easy peasy. I, have access to that magic. Definitely going to be doing some good German folk magic for everybody coming to Germany. I'll do something awesome for the Greek stuff because that's easy. And yeah, this time I'm doing something specific to the fact that we will be in a different hemisphere for the Aries ingress, and I'm pumped about it. It's going to be great. All right. Let's make them start over here because I think Warbler's Nest song. Okay, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 1, 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. That's okay. 4. Whoop. Maybe if I get it right. 4, 5, 3. Whoop. 1. Still worked. And 2. We'll try it again. 4, 5, 3, 1, 2. Okay, I'm doing something wrong. 4, 5, 3. Do you have to stand on the platform? I might. Yeah. As long as we all agree that the numbers are correct, let's try. Okay. 4. Oh, the note came out. There it is. 5. Ha 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 ha. 3. And it's 1, 2. You're the last one. And we're in a cutscene, so we did it. Thank you, guys. Good call. Look at that. Besides shared resources, ooh, what does the 8th house represent? Death and transformation is a bit vague, isn't it, though? So when we're talking about the 8th house, it helps to break it down into sort of parts, just like we talk about signs being in their parts of, they could be angular, they could be succedent, they could be cadent, they can be, fire or mutable, and you get those things together and it starts really telling you pieces about it. So when we think about the 8th house, the 8th house is a succedent house. It follows an angle, so it's really about the falling action of something. The position of the 8th house is also where the sun begins to fade, right? It's right before the sunset point. The sunset point can be, and that's your descendant, the sunset can be considered one of the points that indicate death in a chart. It is not the only thing. Like the sun sets every day and most of the time you're fine, right? But when something important happens at the descendant, and you would need a lot of testimony from a lot of other timing techniques for this, and I will say as an aside, length of life techniques were very particular and very calculated and very complex. They had a lot of moving pieces. So having something just happen in the eighth house or in the seventh house on your descendant does not indicate you're going to die. Um, you have to have it reverberating through all of your timing, essentially, for that. Even the point where I joke all the time, I'm pretty sure I found when I die next. And even that, it's not just one timing technique. I found it by accident in a timing technique. And then I was like, okay, but is there anything else? And then I found a bunch of other things that resonated with it. It's a while off. It's not a problem. But when I looked back on the time that I died during surgery, it happened on multiple levels, right? So that aside, the eighth house doesn't always refer to your death, or it doesn't have to refer to other people's deaths either. What I noticed was, and this is a personal story that's going to take me into more explanation, right? What I noticed was during a year it was my seventh house year, but it activated the ruler of my eighth house. And I noticed this. And the seventh house is also the house of grandparents. And so when I noticed like the eighth house ruler was really prominent, stuff was going on in my chart during that time, I said to Dan, like, hey, I have all four grandparents right now. When they start to go, it's going to be like dominoes, and I don't know how I will handle that grief. I just want to let you know. And sure enough, I lost two grandparents and a dog that year. And it was 2021. So it certainly wasn't a unique experience at the time, but I felt a little bit more prepared to handle it because I knew that actually, and I was able to even get it down to the day for one of them, just because everything the family member was already in the hospital, and it was about closure at that point. And it was that family member that I ended up actually being able to help in an astral projection, help her kind of cross, so to speak. If you haven't heard that story and you want me to tell it, let me know in the comments in the chat here, and I will tell the story. But I also know I've told it a lot on different platforms, so if you've heard it enough, that's fine too. Oh my gosh. Okay, well, we may have just bitten it for this one. I did not glide fast enough. Boop. That can also happen. That's a very eighth house thing. Hey, Rocio. So the floor is lava. Yep, we got this. You live and you learn, and you glide somewhere else. Okay, I'm just going to pop over here really quickly. Cool. So the eighth house. Oh my gosh, no! Ah! It's no! I should have known, but it's fine. It's fine. We're talking about the eighth house. What else would happen than something like this? So the eighth house is a succeedant house. It is where the sun begins to set in the day. So we can already see this sort of lack of energy kind of stuff happening. I know Link is suffering because I'm not focused on him. But as I said, those are, the sun setting, I think, is probably your best indicator for energy just not being there. And when people talk about other people's resources, it's not just shared resources. It can be things like inheritances or taxes or sponsorships. So it's resources that don't take your personal effort to come to you. And it could also be the resources that belong to someone directly opposite to you, like a partner. My lot of fortune is in the eighth house, and I've noticed that a lot of my business comes from referrals and, from subscriptions and followers and that kind of thing. I do a lot of client work, right? I don't work for a company where I am individually doing the work that I am then paid for. So it's something like that. That is one of the ways you can see it show up, especially in the resource context, which is going to be pretty common. It's also things, some people will talk about it as sort of long-term investment material. Like, what are your long-term goals as compared to the material resources you have now? What are the material resources you expect to come to you or you are working toward? Those are different factors you can... Excuse me. I was trying to be done with that sooner. But anyway, I'm going for this chest now. We'll see how that goes. Yeah. So let me know if that's a little bit helpful. And we can always go into it a little bit more. Yeah. Well, you landed. I did do that. So I need to... And just... Oh, no. Well... It's going to be like an immediate thing is what it's got to be. We got to work on the delay here. That's okay. Put us right back up here. As long as we don't lose all of our hearts. This is a great time. Yeah, look at that. Smooth as butter. Okay. We did it. We got it. We got a flame blade. And our inventory is full. False. I'm getting rid of the leaf. Thank you, but now you may leave me alone. Oh, it doesn't, that's how I should have done it when I was doing the thing. It's amazing how much of this I remember and then how much has completely left my mind from when I played this back in 2016, I guess. Hey, drop. I want the fire sword. I've heard it talked about a lot of terms in terms of intimacy. Okay. That's interesting to me. I believe, to my knowledge, that is a much more modern interpretation. And I can tell you, okay, so I do have more knowledge on this than I thought I did now that I'm thinking about it. When we talk about intimacy, as in things like physical intimacy between two people, that typically falls into your fifth house. The fifth house is romance and children. So, you know, the romance that leads to children could fall there, but also it's the romance before committed long-term relationship can fall there. So like dating falls in the same place, interestingly. So does ambassadors and gift giving. It's pleasures, right? And joy and wonder and those, you know, lovely little things. It's Venus's favorite house to be in. But then when you think about the eighth house, you think about the occult, which is the hidden. It's the taboo. Taboo things do fall in the eighth house. And it's funny, it was in cartomancy that I learned a really fun way of explaining it, where it's the things we get nervous about talking about, or the things that we're afraid to mention in public conversation or casual conversation. And I thought that was a really nice way of putting it. Just like, what are things that you just, society says don't say that. And so that's why you might find intimacy in there, because it's become a taboo. If it were no longer a taboo, that's not going to get us where we want to go. If it were no longer taboo, it might just be a fifth house topic. But because it is now taboo, and even, you know, in more ancient times, you would have intimacy of that sort as part of ritual practices. So that's even more to the term or to the tune of the occult. I can't use Rivali's Gale in here either. I need height. Let's see. Let me make sure I'm not... I mean, I could go... Oh, there's a chest up there I need to get to. Okay. Welp. Gotta figure out how to get off of here, too. There's gotta be a way without being reset here. Oh, no. Don't do that, buddy. If I do this... No! Okay, that didn't do it either. Looking around while I've got some time. Yeah, I know. Bummer. But yeah, Ren, that's where I would call back to for the whole matters of intimacy thing. I wish you would catch the wind here. We'd be fine. All right, let's try to... Because it doesn't look like it carries over there enough. It's like it dies out. But then why would there be spikes if it's not going to try to shoot me into them, you know? It's a terrible trap. Okay. We're going to do a running jump and see how that does. Yeah, that was enough. Whoa, okay. Cool, 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 cool. Alrighty. Oh, I'm gonna need a couple tries for this, so bear with me, everybody. Nope. And we're just gonna go through here, and then we're gonna drop. Ah! First shot! Love it. We'll take it. Yeah, so That's where we find the whole intimacy thing. Could inheritance also correspond to things like generational trauma? When I look for generational trauma, because yeah, I look for it. I typically, now I'm not going to say no. I typically look for generational trauma in places like the fourth house, because that talks about your ancestry. Um, if you think about the circular chart and you look at it like the 10th house, which is like our career, our public facing persona, all this other stuff, it's the leaves of a tree. If we look at the fourth house, that would be where the roots would grow, right? So your roots, your ancestry can fall there. And that's where we're going to hear a lot about what came before you, and therefore your perhaps generational inheritance energetically and in other things. So that's one. That's one place I would look. The first place I would look is the fourth house, or wherever the IC falls. The IC can sometimes end up in the third house or the fifth house, depending on how your chart is laid out. Can I think of reasons why the eighth house might have it? Potentially, but I would be then looking at, like, is the ruler of your fourth house there? Is the ruler of your seventh house there? Like, how is this deriving back to some kind of position on the chart that indicates your family? So yeah, my first thought is to look at the fourth house for that. Yeah. Happy Wednesday, Beulah. It's good to see you. This helps a lot. Yay. It's a house like the 12th that always seems to have different interpretations. Yeah. And the 8th and 12th are the ones that have the most interpretations. And it's because they're the ones that were the most dire in ancient astrology. And so it's the one that people want to find euphemisms for the most. The 12th house and the sixth house too, but the 12th house was originally like imprisonment, suffering, self-undoing, the things that end up being the cause of your demise that you didn't see coming, but was like, the self-made prophecies of things. Technically, it would be your vices. Your vices can end up in the 12th house, like gambling, because you're doing it to an excess and it's actually to your detriment. The 12th house is traditionally known as the house of bad spirit. So there is bad fortune, there's good spirit, and there's good fortune. But bad spirit was like, this is just beyond your conscious control kind of bad. So of course it's, drunkenness always ends up there too. Inebriation ends up there too. It's when you're out of control to your detriment. Euphoria would be different. Positive euphoria. Anyway, we'd put that in the fifth house. So, yeah, I'm glad it helps, though. Happy to address stuff like that. I think that's a perfect question. Yeah. All right, so I think we got credit for that quest, right? Bird in the mountains. Oh, we still have to go to the cedar tree. Yeah. Okie dokie. Well, why not, right? We're over here. And we got all of our hearts back. So they pointed to a cedar tree that was on top of a mountain. I'm going to teleport back up there and get a better vantage point. I think that sounds good. Whoop, nope. Zoom in. No, I want to actually... I want a higher vantage point, right? Because that one's... that one's right next to her. That's good. We can always teleport again if it's not. You have a silly question. But how can astrology show pets entering your life? Yay! Jenny, if you have pets entering your life soon, I hope that you're excited about that. I love our animal family. So pets or animals that are domesticated is how it would have been seen in ancient times, right? They fall into the sixth house. The sixth house traditionally is where you would see things like servants and, yes, slavery. And therefore also the animals that serve you would have fallen there too, your livestock, your animals. Modern day, because slavery is bad, we have interpreted that in a different context. Your day job can end up there because it's the work that you do for someone else's benefit. So that's something to keep in mind. And it happened a few months ago. Great. So you have a chart that you can look at. Fantastic. So here's some general things that I would look at that indicate animals coming into your life. It could be the ruler of your sixth house, whatever planet rules the sign that is in the sixth house, could do something there. It could be that a planet has come into your sixth house. So a planet transiting in real time has come in there. It could also be timing techniques, right? Like your sixth house is activated maybe by perfections, and it's the month that arrives at that sign within your perfected year. That's another way you could look at it. But if you're looking at the ones that are like easiest to eyeball, I think that's where we're going. Then you would say, okay, what's the ruler of my sixth house doing? What kind of transits am I looking at? Pretty sure that's where we're going. So I'm going to put a little boop there. Not okay. That works. We got to get another tower to open that area up. Is it you? It's probably that one. All right. So we're going to head for that tower to unlock, hopefully, that map. Yeah. Sounds good. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I have to agree with you. It is so cool. Hard for me to disagree. I do love me astrology very, very much. All right. So we don't have any, I don't have any teleports adjacent to this. Yeah, I do. We're going to go up here where our horse is. We're going to get the horse back. I don't even remember what we named the horse. I know it's a technically mid horse, but speaking of the sixth house and the animals that work with us, hey, are we in the appropriate attire? Okay. And there we go. Blot isn't able to come? What do you mean? He's right up there. Blot, my boy, what's going on? There we go. Here, Blot. Spot the Blot. Okay. Are we friends yet, Blot? Oh no, get back up there. Okay. Yeah. All right. We are headed toward... Actually, hang on a second, because what's our dot talking about here? Is that's just the one that's like, hey, this is where... Nope, I need... Bird Mountains. Molly and Rita... Okay, so we're going to go there, and then we'll report back to Molly. Talk to you later, Molly. Let's get to the road. There we go. All right. That is not my business. I am not interested. We're headed toward the Rito village here. We want to go this way. Cool. Yay, off we go. Hello, fellow horses. All right, if something comes in during Mercury retrograde, is it less permanent? Or just be brought up again in 3 months? So there's the potential for a both and situation here. Traditional texts will tell you that whatever Mercury gives in its direct phase when it's covering the degrees, it will cover again during retrograde. So that's that pre-shadow phase we hear. It's going to take it back during Mercury retrograde. So that leaves a really interesting question of like, if something starts during Mercury retrograde, what does that mean? So the question then becomes, the process here is, did it really start, or is this somehow the continuation of something? Is it already hearkening back to something? If it's not, if it's started, then it is something I have found through friends and everything, that when something is done during Mercury retrograde, it tends to be open for negotiation frequently. So it's something that becomes very changeable and adaptable. Like a friend got a new job during Mercury retrograde and their contract was reevaluated, not every 3 months, but frequently during Mercury retrogrades. And that's very on brand. Contracts and Mercury go well together. So it is something that is more subject to change, and reversals is the word that a lot of books like to use. But that doesn't mean that you're going to lose it. It just means it's going to develop into something different. Um, so you're getting it's like the first Pokemon evolution, and you haven't seen what the second and third are yet. Potentially. That's just the image that comes to mind. Um, yeah. You expect it to be changeable because Mercury is literally going backwards. You might expect also if something began then that whatever it is unfolding will come slowly because that Mercury that is part of this initiation of it is slow and in fact moving backwards. So whatever that Mercury is doing in this chart that is representing the initiation of this thing, if we think about natal Mercury or any natal retrograde planet, their interpretation is that whatever that planet promises for you will come about slowly. So it's a slow burn. And so anything that starts during Mercury retrograde, since Mercury will be retrograde in the initiation chart of that, so to speak, you could say this is going to unfold slowly and potentially have a lot to review along the way. I feel more confident saying it that way. Yeah, great question. Yeah. All right, so evacuation hut notes. So the hut is up for evacuation. It's not for evacuating the hut. Just getting myself clear there. Whether you've come to Hebrew Mountain, excuse me, energy release, to shield, surf the slopes, hunt treasure, or just take a walk, you must remember this mountain will kill you. The accident rate on this mountain is too high to measure. And before anything else, you must dress appropriately for the weather here, not like you're heading to Hyrule Field. This is how all books should be. Actually, when we were in Maui, there was a guide to swimming, and it was like, hey, we don't have lifeguards on this beach. Here's all the things that could go wrong, and that's tough for you if it does. Try to avoid it. It was great. Um, Despite the dangers, Snowy Peak is extremely beautiful and the ideal spot for shield surfing. They really want us to shield surf. Okay, do you tell me how to shield surf? Because I forget. I head toward it. Hopefully, okay, so we'll figure out how to shield surf. I think there's a guy up there that tells us how to do it. Can I open this? No? All right, fine. All right, off we go. We have our gear. The tree's at the top. We are ready for this. I can't believe how few hearts and stamina we have. Like, I've done every shrine that I've come across, so. And we've gotten through one major boss battle. The fun fact about Mercury retrogrades in the same year, they will often be within the same element of sign. So this year we have Mercury doing retrograde in water signs, particularly. Yeah, okay. I hit you first. Wow. Well, we'll try that again. Yeah, seems like Mercury wants you to learn more about financial literacy and investments. Makes sense for your 8th house transit. There you go. Good job. Yes, very well connected. And Mercury, of course, is the planet of business dealings and trade. So it makes sense that Mercury going through there. And that means that your 8th house is Pisces. So, yeah, it's honestly, of all the planets when they're in their signs of their fall or detriment that we're all like, Mercury is the one I do that the least with. I feel like Venus, she doesn't like being in Virgo, but she's not bad in there. It's not too terrible for her. All right, we're going to be craftier with this. Oh no, I only have 3 arrows. Also, I would really like to, that guy sucks. I don't like him. Leo rising. Yep. All right, let's try this again. We're gonna go around. We're not gonna take the direct path. This mountain will kill you twice. Hopefully only twice. He one-shot KO'd me. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. All All right. We're just gonna have to try to be a little clever. If there's one thing Mercury in Pisces does, it's color outside the lines, and that's okay. Get your stamina back while you can, pal. There we go. Yeah. Cool. So, how's everything else going? Is everybody ready for the Aries Ingress next week? I'm pumped. I'm very excited about it. I'm going to be traveling like the 18th during the new moon coming up. I will be traveling. And then I should be arriving at my destination on the 19th. And then the morning of the 20th, I will be consecrating the talismans that I'm assembling here for our travelers so that they will get a little bit of the Aries Ingress in the talismans. But does anybody else have plans? Okay, there we go. We're doing great. We're doing great. Where's our tree? It is up there. Okay. Yes, spring is here. The sun is back. Spring is here. It's so funny to me. Like, I am someone who misses spring very much. There we go. And no fire? Fire, please. And I'm going to spend the first day of spring in the southern hemisphere, so it'll actually be the first day of autumn, which is such irony to me. We're just going to work on this because why not? Actually, I think just standing next to it should. Yeah. Hoping it means the motivation to start a new chapter kicks in. Wanted to go, but body knocked me out with a cold to force rest just because it's good for me. Oh, excuse me. At least you can recognize that, though. That's really nice. What was this? I missed it. Uh-oh, looks like we got a bot. Ignore that. Okay, so it was a shield. What's my shield inventory look like right now? Let's see. Besides hosting the baby shower for my sister, no big plans. Yay! I'll be having such a good time with the family and celebrating. Congratulations on your growing family. That's so cute. I need you to scoot over there. No, that's how it works. Okay. Shields. Well, let's get rid of this. Well, first of all, we have a 4. Drop that. Yeah. Is there anything said about people born on March 20th? I have 2 friends born that day. Not really. Not in astrology specifically anyway, right? Like, you might have some folk traditions that are like, oh, if you're born on March 20th, it means such and such type of omen. Traditional astrology is just like, oh, you were born with either a Pisces sun or an Aries sun, depending on when the sun moved in that year. Yeah, there's something said about people with Pisces suns and Aries suns and everything. But being an equinox child, if they were that year, because the sun could move in anywhere between the 18th and the 23rd. Oh, you're working on a blanket. That sounds fun. Can we hang out here for a second? Yeah. Yep. Auntie mode activated. Nice. Okay. Not worried about that guy. Where are we headed here? There's our tree. We got a flag. All right. I will leave you alone if you leave me alone. Thank you. Don't hurt me. Okay. I'm aware that the shield is damaged. Who's mad at me? I think it's just the moose. We're fine. Is that a shrine down there? Have I done it? I might go back for the shrine. Was this a... This was a nothing iceberger. Well, that's rude. All right. Hang on. You. I mean, you're blue, so I must have done you. Right? That must be... Nah. Nah. Okay. Well, then that's where we're going. Ah, false. We have done it. I thought so. Cool. Stitching for the baby cousin. Yay! Whoop. Oh, that's why. No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. Leave me alone, thank you. You have too big of a club. All right, cool. All right, safe there. I feel like I forgot that I was doing something. I was supposed to be going to a tower. I got totally distracted by the tree. Let me see where the closest tower is from here. Gotta get a vantage point. Oh. Oh, no, that's not it. Okay. Okay. All right. All right. We made it. Okay. I put a dot on it, didn't I? No, I put a dot on the tree, which is way back down here too, isn't it? Okay, so the question becomes, I'm going to head back towards that. Gosh, which direction is it? I'm all turned around, but that's okay. Nope, I'm just trying to figure out if, if I'm facing... There we go. It's this way. Okay, Rivali, let's see what we got. Off we go. Up. Well, that's convenient. That is definitely a tree we're going for. So we were headed in the right direction. Good to know. I only have 3 arrows. And I probably only have 3 arrows for that. Yeah. Oop. How many? I don't have any regular arrows. Oh no. Okay, this is tragic, but I'm gonna ice arrow this. All right. Rude. Why do I feel like ice arrows are slow? Oh. I think they'll be closer up here. Also, that was delayed. There we go. Oh, now the bow's badly damaged. Of course it is. Nope. Oh, come on, I hit you. Oh, jeepers. Okay, right around here. Got that one. And that one's going to be right around here. Oh, you're going to be a godmother too. That's great. Oh, no. Right there. Okay. One of your nephews, your partner, is the godfather. That's so cool. Oh, my goodness. There it is. Cool. It was a shame, but there we are. I could see that too. The fairy. Any one of us would make a good fairy godparent. For sure. Okay. Oh, we have very few rupees. We have no arrows. And we're going to the top of the mountain where that tree is. Which makes me wonder what the heck am I marking down here with that chest? Because it's not the tree. I must not have put it close enough. Here we go. Because it's also not a tower. I kind of want to go for the closest tower once I can figure out where that is. That's the Rito. And of course, snow is here until another snow goes through. The question is, I wish I could find somewhere that would be a good teleport for here, because that's far away. Look how close those two are. Like, give me one over here. What do we think? There are so many bad dudes around here. There are two up here, aren't there? You can't tell me those aren't things ready to attack me. Oh, they're taluses. Okay, they're not that bad. At least they're slow. Whoa. Okay. Cool. Was there a house or a village nearby? Is that where you could find a teleport? Unfortunately, the villages and stuff, unless it's a stable, they don't have teleports and stuff. We need to find a shrine. That's our best teleport option. Right now, I'm just kind of going up the slope to see what's at that thing. I'm sure that we'll find a shrine along the way. At least that's my hope. This looks like something's going to be in it, but I also don't know if it's going to be an enemy. Let's see. That's very slow. Mm-hmm. I think that's our reflection in there. Not bad. It will be really sad if this is nothing, because look, there's even two of them. Playing a long game here. Please don't break my sword. Oh, I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew it. Nope. Not happening. You don't even have something I could take. You just want to pick me up and throw me. That's not going to happen. Go away. Disappointed. All right. On that note, the tree is getting closer. We're doing great. Okay.
Rivali's gale is now ready.
Phenomenal. No, exactly. No, wolves, leave me alone. I mean, he did try to warn us about the mountain. Can I catch that? Nope, I can't catch that dragonfly. Sheesh. But hey, it's sunny, and the tree's right there. We're going to make it. We're going to make it. This is great. Would be terrible at impression. Oh, I love the costume idea too. It's Marlon Brando. Yeah. Thank you. We're gonna do it. Oh God, leave me alone. No. No. I must reach the tree. I don't know. I just hope there's something at the tree that's like a really good save point. It's not a battle. I don't remember it being a battle. Okay. We have reached the tree. Tell me. Okay, wait. Told you a story about a lone cedar tree in the mountains. Once upon a time, he stopped at the cedar tree, was climbing the big mountain, when suddenly he saw a huge snow white birdie with the wings spread wide. Grandpa took off flying after the snowbird, and then he got a little closer. Grandpa saw something super important inside the belly. Okay, I remember this. We're looking for a shadow that looks like a bird. And then it's a shadow or something that looks like a bird. And then you fly down to where the shadow is cast. And of course, what's going to happen but nighttime? Phenomenal. We love to see it. Yay. All right, let's take guesses for where the bird is going to show up. I think it's going to be out in that direction. So when the sun comes back up, we should be good to see it. I think it's going to be over there. I think that's part of the bird. I think those are the wings. But we'll find out. Oh, look! Okay, now this is something I've actually never seen in this game before. I didn't know this game had the Aurora. That's stunning. Dan, I've got the Aurora in Zelda. Yeah. Very cool. They didn't miss a thing in this game. That's phenomenal. Right? Look at that. I'm actually really glad we're here for this. Neat. The only thing that would make it better would be a dragon. But that's a lot. Oh, no. No. You guys, I can fight you guys. Oh, you've got a big sword. Don't hit me. 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 All right, great. You're done. You are also done. Someone asked for a dragon? Yeah, I guess that's my own fault. What do you mean I can't carry any more weapons? All of my weapons are threatening to break. What do we got here? A 7? A 7. Drop that. Pick up that. Okay. Whew. You want to go to Alaska to see the Northern Lights? You've seen it once. That's awesome. Yeah, I've seen, like, oh, crap. What is with this playthrough? Oh my gosh. This is the most Mercury Retrograde playthrough we've ever had. Holy moly. What's over here that I can grab? A spear. It's not as good. Okay, so does it count on these guys, though? Because they come out of the ground all the time. We're going to find out. We're going to see if we're surrounded by those guys again. The luck, yeah. It's a lot. It's a lot right now. It's definitely Mercury. I can't. Look, we wanted a dragon, but I guess we'll take a blood moon with the Aurora. And somebody's... Hi. Oh, look, you're back. I guess oh, you picked that up? No, honey. That's not how this goes. Nah, see, I'm feeling pretty cocky right now. Yeah. Okay. I really should... I can't pick that up. So we're just gonna let that be bait for anybody else who comes up. Now let's watch the pretty blood moon go through. It ruined the Aurora for us. Because of course it did. I'm gonna climb the tree. Which may be a bad idea, but we'll find out. Worst case, we can wait it out until morning, see the bird shadow, and jump from there. Yeah. To remember, there is a way to skip this. But I don't remember. I'm hitting all my buttons. Oh, there it is. Yes, well, there we go. My green screen situation got a little wonky there too. All right, we're pretty secure here. The night's already half over. I'm glad you were all here to witness that because nobody would believe me. Okay, cool. Just gonna hang out up here. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that's the bird down there. Those snowdrifts will look like feathers. So we'll go with it and see how it pans out. Plans out? Um, yeah. What's over there? Let's see. What else can we see? Now the moon's totally normal. Don't mind them. But like also, where's our tower? The Heber Mountain region has a tower. It must be on the other side of the mountain. Yeah. While we're waiting, this is an excellent time. If anybody has a question, I can definitely tackle it. Um, There's a house over there too. I think that's where the shield surfing occurs. So we go to that guy's house and he's like, I'll give you 100 rupees if you shield surf. And there's a Korok involved. Um, yep. So, oh, excuse me again. Here's a fun fact. Since anybody who's traveling with us to Peru will be celebrating the Aries ingress in the southern hemisphere, which means that it is not spring there, um, a question that comes up a lot is what does it mean that the year kind of begins at the Aries ingress, but for people in the southern hemisphere, that's not springtime? And I actually brought this up with an astrologer I respect very much, one of the people that I consider, at least in the lineage of my mentors, Kelly Surtees, who actually lived in Australia for quite some time, has a wonderful accent to prove it. Um, I said, what do you make of this? Is it still accurate when we predict things for Aries using the qualities that we predict that kind of resonate more with a springtime energy? And she actually said yes. So, again, straight from the horse's mouth, someone who lived down there and compared the astrology and studied it from that position said yes. And the reason she said yes, what she told me when I did ask for more, she said the metric for it was established in a place where they related what they saw to springtime. So it's not that it is springtime necessarily. I mean, in the Northern Hemisphere, it does go along with that. It's not that it's because it's springtime, it's like a springtime, this. So, this is a cardinal, fiery kind of archetype when things occur in this part of the sky. And so it may be, we don't have any particular reason why Aries gets to be the beginning. Um, you can go with the seasonal explanation, and it might be a chicken and the egg kind of situation. This is totally me just imagining, but it might be a chicken and the egg of situation where is it springtime, therefore Aries ingress, or Aries ingress, therefore we choose, springtime because it goes along with that. Like this is where we begin our year because the correspondences are so on point. So it's one of the things that I wonder about because it's the archetypes of spring that are similar. And honestly, it's not even the archetypes of spring, right? If you think about it, that is definitely going to be the bird. If you think about it, it really is a matter of um, the qualities of the sign, which are cardinal and fire. And they may have started it at that time of year because that's what they were noticing, the correlations when something happened in that part of the sky. It's not necessarily that, things can start at any time, but when they noticed, hey, stuff happens at this point, that's when they um, decided if that's what happens here, we match it. I don't know. It's worth thinking about, but I do know that people who have lived there and studied it for decades say that it still works either way. So that's the good news. I think we can safely say that that is, I would like to glide. There we go. That is our bird. So we're going to head over there. Yeah, but fun fact, yes, it does still work according to people who have lived there and studied it. So always really cool to be able to ask people who actually know by experience. I think I see a shrine. Yay. Yes. Oh, but I'm going to have to take a break. Okay. Sure, my instincts are good there. Very cool. It is very cool to consider. Like, I don't know. Thinking about things astrologically just makes me so much more fascinated by the rest of the world. I am not looking at that guy. I mean, I need the parts, but I don't want it. We're going underneath. Oh, no! Dipped down a little too low, but we have stamina, so we're good. Yay for teleport locations. It was worth it. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn the light on. That's why my green screen is being wonky. Do you mind turning that on? That'll do it. It's distracting me. Ta-da! It's like magic. Yay. Thank you, Dan. I don't know if you could hear, but he just said, "Let there be light." So, but he said it in a very Zeusian type of way. I cannot emulate it with my vocal cords. A major test of, yeah, a major. We know I'm not ready for this. I'm literally trying to get better weapons for something like this. So we're going to head back up, and we'll know to come back here when we have enough weapons to feel cocky. Bold move. All right, we did that. I think we can go back and tell her about it, maybe finish that quest. Or maybe the quest is just over, because I don't see it on my log anymore. Yeah. Cool. Just done. Gaggle at the Tabantha Bridge stable thinks that a certain section of the cliff face in the distance looks man-made. What could be hiding there? What could be hiding there? Let's go get more information on this. Is this Tabantha? That's Blot. This is Tabantha stable. That's Rita stable. Tabantha. Okay. People have celebrated your bringing of the light. That looks like you're getting slowpoke. Yeah. You've learned from my mistake not to summon him yet, though, huh? Gotcha. All right. It's raining and it's lightningy. But I think it always is here. Something looks oh my goodness. Something looks man-made. No, 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 no. Hang on. There we go. I am not interested in being electrocuted today. I'll take that. Oh my. All right. Ooh, I have no wild berries yet? Wow. All right. So it's going to be easier once the sun comes out to actually see if something looks man-made. But also, which friend has told me this? Can you tell me again? I wasn't paying attention. You. Is it you? Yeah, because you're running away from me. Stop running, gaggle. Okay. Hey, I do need something, but you won't. Well, I'm just going to follow you then. We all just chasing butterflies? I'll chase waterfalls instead. Very curious. We've just got more rain to go through anyway, so. I mean, if you think that's man-made, you're right, my friend. But he's looking out this way. But isn't my smart man? Okay, now you're going to tell me more about it. Okay. I see what you mean. Almost looks man-made, no? Yes. Oh, it needs electro something. Do I have a zappy thing? I do have a zappy thing. Oh, but also, they're not going to be selling arrows down here, huh? I think I have some zappy arrows if I need it. I do. There are like 3 of them, but it'll have to be enough. Good Lord. How far is this? Further than it looks. This is why you always gotta check, I guess. Now, come on. It has to be actually over here. Why did that place it down there? There's no way it's... Yeah, we're fine. Time for dinner. Oh, thank you. It's good to see you guys. Have a fun time. Awesome. The market definitely doesn't seem... The mark or the market? The mark. Yeah. Yeah. I feel the same. I think it shot through the mountain. So. Oh, it's raining. Yeah. But the rain will stop soon. It's okay. It's okay. Hang on a second. Okay. Huh? Yeah. Yeah. Okay. We are waiting for rain to stop. And I was just checking to see if AJ messaged. It's got to be soon, right? I'm telling you, it's like there's a little notch right there. That's what we're waiting for. Or it's a long walk, yeah. No, we've got, it looks like sun, and then clouds coming up. So we're just waiting for it to cross that threshold. Come on. Someone stop the rain. Oh, look at that. Nice. We've had a lot of bad luck today, but also the response to command has been right. Here comes the sun. I can climb now. Yes. Da da da. Yeah, so I guess fair warning. This is going to be the last time for 2 weeks that we get to play because I will be in I'm leaving for Peru at like 7 p.m. next week. And then I'll be gone a week ish, like 10 days. And then I'll be back and we'll go again. We'll continue our journey. Um, so we get a 2-week break, which will be fun. Okay, there it is. Yeah. Actually, fun fact about Peru and their spiritual practices. People in Yeah, yeah, I'm excited about it too. It's going to be fun. I just got some social media advice from someone who's good at social media today. So I'm going to be trying to do a better job of that. It's going to take a lot of learning on my part, but I'm working on it. Um, but yes, what was I going to say? The people in Peru, the Incas, actually considered them to be the sons of the sun. So they were really the people of the sun. And I think that that's really cool that we're going to be there during the Aries Ingress when the sun becomes exalted, even if it is their autumn. We will be celebrating the Aries Ingress in the land of the people of the sun, uh, which I think is just really, really cool. And I feel really lucky to be able to go there for that. The timing feels neat. Peru. Greg, hey. Yeah, I mean, always wish that everybody could be on the trips. I was talking to this person about social media today, and they were like, "What's the best thing about what you do?" And I'm like, literally the communities. I can't even explain how cool the people are. Um, and everybody who's been on a trip with us or has been in one of our programs or is frequent on the lives like all of you, it's just, yeah, it's the best, and I appreciate it, and I will never stop appreciating it, and I will always hold myself to a high standard of showing up for these things to make sure that it stays amazing for everybody. Um, yeah, I mean, so most of us are traveling at the time Mercury is stationing direct, which we've prepared for that. We've put in the group chat, just be ready in case there are some delays and this and that. Have your stuff in order. Well, okay. Um, But that's okay. Like I've got a really long layover in Lima, so anything that might need attention, hey, there's our dragon. Anything that might need attention, I'll be able to give it. So that's fun. Um, at this point, it's just sort of like deciding that I will end up in Cusco one way or another on time at the right time. And my only hope and request is that I end up there in time to be able to consecrate the talismans for everybody because I want them to be able to have this cool thing that I can make. No! Oh my god. Yeah. But I think we are going to have a blast. We just found out the name of our guide today, um, which is fantastic. Em and I were already texting and being like, we can feel the energy. It's going to be great. Ah! So that's nice. We're going to learn a lot about food magic and ritual magic and all kinds of fun stuff. Right on. Love that. Yeah. Praise Mercury and Hermes for good travel. Yeah, I'll be doing Mercury petitions and charity um, all day Wednesday, I'm sure, because that's Mercury Day, but also over the weekend. Fortunately, Mercury Retrograde has made everything wonky. Every appointment has been rescheduled. Some things have been canceled. Fortunately, something on Sunday that I was going to be almost double booked for has been moved to a time that I won't be able to make it because I'll be in Peru, which gives me that time back, which means I will likely finish my book. Yay! Oh, don't go all the way down. No, okay. Hey, it's okay. We're not dead. I'll take it. All right. Now, I think that wasn't a stamina primary issue. I just won't jump this time. What does doing charity mean? Okay, so this is a great question. There is a thing called planetary charity. And so basically, as you would give offerings to a deity, with planetary charity, you make an agreement with the planet that over the course of a certain number of days, or perhaps a certain number of weeks, you will perform acts of charity to things that are meaningful to that planet. So I actually do this every year before my birthday. The appropriate number of weeks or days, whatever's most reasonable, before my birthday, I will start communicating. Now, come on, y'all. All right, we're going to have to find a different way around. That's fine. I will start doing charity to that planet to sort of build a relationship with the planet so that we can be nice to each other. Um, and like, for example, the year that, do you mind actually climbing there, bud? The year that Mercury was my Time Lord, I did planetary charity where every Wednesday for, I believe it was like 5 or 6, I can't remember Mercury's number specifically, for a couple weeks, I think it might have been 9, I donated to a children's hospital because children fall under Mercury. So that was my charity to Mercury to say, hey, we're going to be working together. I'm going to do this for you. I hope we have a good year together. And it was a decent year that year. I tried it with Venus as well, but she never promised she'd be nice to me. So we've had a rocky year, but also, unconditional love is not expecting any energy to be anything that it isn't. So there it is. The dragon's around again. Hey. Um, well, that's neat. I think I think I shoot that with an arrow. I can't remember. Um, would be interesting if that was what you're supposed to do. I see that guy over there. Not pleased. Um, but yeah, I guess that's what we'll try to do. Ugh, wish me luck. I don't have a ton of arrows. I also feel like there should be an alternative. An exchange. Yeah, it's an exchange of energies, right? Um, Instead of saying, "Hey, planet, can you do this thing for me?" It's, I want a good relationship with you. Exactly. That is the whole thing. Um, Greg, which that are you talking about? Specific planet? Because I can go through the planets and tell you some stuff that would qualify as charity to them for sure. Um, and one of the cool things is they say as direct as you can. Like working directly with children would have been ideal. I did not. That was not feasible to me. So I donated to the people who work with children or help children. Um, I have worked with children and helped children before. Um, but oh my gosh, this really is right where that marker is. So the marker was accurate. Mm, I mean, what else are these arrows going to do if not get put to good use? Whoop. All right, now I don't imagine for a minute that. All right, cool. The whole thing about charity. Yeah, it's the same way you would do charity for anything else, right? You're like, what's important to me? I'm going to go volunteer at the soup kitchen. I'm going to go volunteer. I'm going to go make a direct difference because I care about animals. So I'm going to go and volunteer at the SPCA. If you care about dogs, dogs are ruled by Mars. Volunteering at the SPCA for dogs and helping dogs, that's a really great Mars charity to do. Um, yeah, name a planet and I'll tell you some ideas on charity that would qualify. But it is, again, it's building a relationship with that planet. It's saying, I want us to know each other better, like each other better, so we can work better together. You will at the same time learn to respect that planet, just because you'll be immersing yourself in things of the planet's sort of culture, so to speak. It's really cool. Oh, yay! It's just a blessing. We did it. What am I going to have to get rid of in my inventory for this? Oh, nothing. It's a diamond. Well, I'll take it. Thanks. Super nice. Very cool. Yeah, I mean, it is such a cool concept. I appreciate it a ton. Um, I was at a workshop, I think last year, on planetary charity. I learned it first from my actual mentor in astrological magic. If you want to roll call an example for each, I'd be all about it. Okay, so we'll go in Chaldean in order with this. We already talked about Mercury, though. Venus. Venus, typically does your relationships and stuff. So you could make conscious efforts in your relationship, and that would be your charity. Like, I'm going to go out on we're going to do regular dates, or, light a pink candle together, or just do conversations, whatever you would do to bond more with a person. Venus also is about artists, and she's also about like textiles and values and things that show status or things like that. So you could really work with um, different levels of status, give something valuable to someone who may not have it already. Support the arts, donate to a theater, put on theater, perform. Things like that would be perfect for Venus as well. Um, okay, so we did that. We did Mars. Mars is dogs, but also thinking about Mars, like as soldiers, but also first responders. So don't ignore the people who, do the quote unquote fighting for us here in our communities every day. You could donate to first responders like your firefighters, things like that. Um, for the sun's tough because, like, the sun is usually rulers and things. If you wanted to do solar charity, you could find someone who is vying for leadership that you support and donate to their campaign. But like I said, often the sun doesn't necessarily need charity. So in that one, I would just do a lot of personal growth and development. This is definitely going to be a Korok. Um, the moon, it's not a Korok. Rude. Uh, the moon is a lot of things to do with the mind and the body. So you could, do honestly charity to the moon. I would do food banks and things to make sure people are sustained, people have what they need, do something for the people just in general. So just giving to people is going to be qualifying for that no matter what. Um, then past that, you have Jupiter. Jupiter rules people like priests and judges. So if you have a certain, here's where I would say maybe a nonprofit would be a good one as like a general, this is our modern take. Um, and then Saturn, actually, you could think about Saturn as farmers, is one that's lesser recognized. So Saturn is farmers. Saturn is, again, falls into government structures, thinking about things that matter to you that you want to donate to. For this, it would be like nonprofits that maybe do kind of go in the political circles. I'm thinking the ACLU. ACLU? Dan, did I get that right? Yeah, stuff like that. For, civil rights kind of stuff would be another good one there. So that's just off the cuff. I didn't do it in Chaldean order particularly because we had already covered some of them, but show me. I really want to find like the tower or something. I'm baffled by this. We came from all the way over from that tree. There's the tower. I'm going to mark that tower. But I'm also in the middle of nowhere and I need to keep height. Go over here. I also need to, no! Oh, this is gonna, what are we gonna land on? We're just gonna go all the way down. Yes, because naturally, all the way down. But did you die? All right, somebody over here doesn't like us too. Oh, it's nighttime. Okay, well. Guys, I want to put a mark on my map. Oh, hey, a chest. That's suspicious. And yet, it's just a shield that I must make room for. Oh, okay. We will drop that one. Take that one. Lovely. All right. Seems like they got over themselves. You. Boom. Perfect. Great. Now let's get rid of that mark that we already have. Map, please. Delete that pin. And we're now going over here, which means looks like, do we agree maybe this is the closest? Yeah. We'll try that. We can also get the horse back. Yeah. I like that dogs are Mars too, because I'm Mars ruled and so are the puppas. Um, but that's how you interact with your guides, Jenny. You don't ask them to help you with something unless you do something that puts energy towards them, like learning about history or learning about stories. Yeah, that's also called offerings, right? Like it's awesome. Um, and it works really well. So, huzzah. That's wonderful. I'm glad you do that, and I'm glad it works for you. No! I don't know what I did that for. Pick that back up. Okay. I was trying to run. Okay. It looks so close from here. But there's a whole gorge in the way, isn't there? Hmm. Well, that went well. Whoa! Something just hit me in. Oh no! um, Greg wants to share some cool news. We love that. Go for it. Okay. While we bring ourselves back to life here. You! I could have sneak struck you, but I didn't know you were there. That's okay. You have no weapon now. Should have let you shoot at me a little bit. I could have gotten some. No, go away, friend. But man, why am I way back up here is my question. Well, now I should probably eat something. You know what? I'm going back to the stable. Because I'm not going to waste my stuff. Because we said, oh, the mark's not there anymore. All right, we should go back to the stable anyway. I don't want that. I want to get rid of the pin. Thank you. Here we go. You were in Avenue Q this week. Or you're cast in it, and you're going to be Brian. Sadly, no puppet skills to learn, but still super cool. It is super cool. That's awesome. Congratulations. Oh, that's really, really cool. Thank you for sharing that with us. It's really neat. Okay. Get this. I'm going to go sleep. But I think even that requires money, which we don't have a lot of. You know, some point in the game, you get to a point where you're like, I have tons of money. No, leave me alone, you guys. Not interested. Don't tell theater they haven't put out the cast list. Well, I won't say anything. Glad you know, though. That's really cool. Leave me alone. I want that. Nope, I'm not going to get that just yet. Yes, I am. You know what? Thank you. Sheesh. Hi, puppy. Oh, you're adorable. That's great. And you look like you've seen some things. Okay. Huh. We'll go for a regular bed. Morning, why not? There go our rupees. Yeah, that was good enough. Great. Oh, that's right. The soft bed gives you more than enough. Do you? Not that I have the rupees for it, but I could sell you some stuff. I could sell. Oh, thank you. That's very nice of you. Huh. Very cool. Yes, I know about Robbie. Look what I've got. Because I'll tell you what I've got. There's a diamond over here. And I need to figure out where. There. Only 60 per, but that's all right. All of them. Take it. Very nice. Yep. Take that. This is better. Okay. Cool. I feel better about that. Now, what have you got? Arrows. All of them. Nice. Yeah, have it. And then these. Bye. Phenomenal. I feel better about that too. Okay. Whew. Nice. Merchant's actually happy using his money. Isn't it nice? He's stoked because he gets cool things. Beetle is what a true business person should be like. Just happy all the time. You are the painter from whatchamacallit. Yeah, I am the guy. I am traveling. If you have a picture to show you. I mean, I don't know what I've been doing. Have I been? I haven't been taking pictures, but yeah, have that one. Oh, he's telling us where the memories are. That's the south side of the castle is where Castletown used to be, but I don't see any buildings here, which means it's likely you're on the north side across the castle moat, southeast of this stable. I forgot he did that. Okay. Ugh. All right, guys. Tower or picture. So yeah, I see that. I need my map. You're saying it's southeast of this stable, so it's going to be over here somewhere. I'm going to put a stamp there. Huh. Okay. We have our heading. We are going to get that tower, and then we're going to go get that picture or memory. Thank you, sir. Now we just got to figure out our best way across here. No big deal, right? That's going to be a lot of enemies over there. You are in my way. I'm not interested. I could go up in those mountains, though. That's where the thing was, right? So we might have a better shot going back up there before we go to these guys who are going to really rip us to shreds. Okay, we're going up there. It really was way over there, wasn't it? Well, that's not fun. I feel like if we're going to have to cross the ridge, we might as well just go from the Reader Village. Because we can get the height off of that meadow. That's the idea. Awesome. Okay. We're going toward that tower. And stamina is going to be our only real challenge here. Let's see what we can do. Neat. We just flew up into the laser beam. And you still took my Rivali's Gale? How dare you? It wasn't even that high. Oh well. I think we're going to make it. My track record in this session has been on point, so for sure we're going to make it. All right. I'm not nervous. I'm not nervous. We're... Yeah, I figured. Oh, crud. Hiya! Okay. It was so close, but it's okay. It's not going to rain for a little bit. So we've got that going for us. We just have to hope that we make it to the top from here, or we will get resourceful again. Cool. All right, this is looking sort of promising, kinda. Nope. Wow. Okay, we're just gonna go up the hill over there because it's like literally got a slope for us. It's about the journey. And all the enemies along the way, of course. Yeah, awesome. Okay, cool. Nice. Work smarter. Just gonna get around this and then we'll pop over there. No, no, sir, 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 get a grip. There you go. Okay. Several Twitch drops last week from watching. Oh, nice. What does that mean for you? Like, did they give you props for something or points? I really don't know how Twitch works yet. I need to get better acquainted with it. Yay! We're just gonna scooch across here. Items that are redeemed. Oh, nice. So for watching Genshin on Twitch, you get stuff that you can get in Genshin? Because that's pretty cool. I actually follow a couple of the voice actors from Genshin. They're awesome. Right? Okay. We're going to avoid that guy. So we've got just over 10 minutes. We've talked a little bit about the Aries Ingress. Anybody, like I said, who is on the podcast tier or higher of my Patreon, you will have access to the live recording of the Aries Ingress overview tomorrow. I'm looking forward to that. And if you're not, don't worry, you'll still get the first half hour on YouTube. I'll do a general overview and then I'll do the more specific one for a Patreon so that, you know, if you just want to know the overview and you don't want to get into the nitty gritty of stuff, that's okay. You can watch it and you'll be all set. Yeah, isn't that great? I love that. If you guys have games that you're like, hey, this has a campaign going on, we should do a stream of it. I'm game. I'm down. I would love to, you know, grow this viewership too, so we have more people to chat with. My whole like wish for chat and comment sections is that it feels like for the people who are involved, it feels like their group chat where, they get to chat with each other and we're spending time doing fun stuff. So whatever creates that environment, I'm here for it. If you want me to do more Genshin, I can. If you guys play Genshin yourselves and would like to get the stuff, I can do that. If Pocopia's got something going on, for sure. Heroes with Sanctifying Unction, Mora, Primo Gems. Primo Gems? That's awesome. Primo Gems are the in-game currency that helps you pull on characters, so that's like you don't have to spend real money if you have enough Primo Gems. For anybody who's wondering, okay, I'm sure these are gonna have enemies in it. Of course it is. Oh, I have another one. Joke's on you. This shouldn't count, though. I guess it is, because the sword is technically, even though it looks like it's going through the ice, it is technically hitting it. It's okay. I almost have a path. And that's all we need. We picked a pretty good spot. Booyah. If one goes to drops and rewards, you can see what games have current drops. Nice. Just need to link Twitch account and the game's account. Phenomenal. Good to know. So here's a question for everybody. What's your favorite social media thing these days? Like Twitch, Instagram, TikTok, all the stuff. What are you noticing seems to be the one that's like got the most energy to it that you like the most? I would love to hear because I am focusing on all of them, but I would like to really nurture a community somewhere, and you guys are the best. So I kind of want to go where you are. Yeah, some felt great until they didn't. That is true. I think that's part of where I'm at right now too. It's like I just don't know anymore. I mean, they all have pitfalls, right? Like it's a weird time for social media in general, and I think we're going to get, Em and I have said this over and over. I think we're going to get something new and different, like a new way of connecting. But until then, we have to live out the days between now and then. So right now, you're really trying to weed out the AI. Yeah, yeah, exactly. It's everywhere. I've even noticed it in like comments that are trolling comments that are absolutely bots. And like, why? Hmm. Yeah, you're focused more on Instagram because of the chats you have all with your traveling and close friends. You catch up and send each other voice memos and makes it feel more personal. That's nice. We have some people talking about TikTok with caveats, naturally. Um, oh, how easy it can be to fall into a mood I didn't ask for. That is a hard truth. Um, yeah, I find that too. For some reason, I've got a better cultivated algorithm on Instagram. Um, the TikTok one, it's like it does feel a little bit more like it's trying to make me sad. You actually deleted it because it got too scrolly on there. Yeah. Okay, we're gonna go back here. And that still wasn't the one for that area. That's hilarious. Okay. I was gonna say Facebook, I don't go on there anymore. Um, for very personal reasons. Um, you like Twitch to see games before you purchase. I end up watching like replays of Twitch on YouTube, but I should check out Twitch proper more. What are you doing there, bud? Okay, so we are going southeast, I believe was the... That is not southeast, that is southwest, but there's another tower. Okay. Southeast it is. Let's see if we can make a little bit of progress towards the memory.
Gale is now ready.
Thank you very much. For K-pop local communities. Yeah, it does still seem to be a good way for local stuff. Can't argue that. Oh, and then, cool. So we have a series of things to do that we'll probably pick up on next week. I think I see the tree from here, so we'll position ourselves for that, and that way we'll know exactly what we're doing. Yeah. Multiple people here saying how they deleted TikTok a while ago, set a timer on Instagram. Nice. If you select the Instagram logo at the top, you can select following and just see who you follow. Oh, that's good to know. Your Insta has a pretty good feed, but Meta... Yeah, I know. There's no ideal. You know, there's no neutral good or what's the other one? Lawful good. There's no lawful good. Yeah. All right, I think around here, there's the memory. Okay. So this is where... Do we want to watch the memory? We've got time. We've got like 3 minutes. Let's go. MySpace, bring it back. Tom, save us. Yeah. Yeah, come back, Tom. You had it figured out. All right, let's watch this cutscene. I miss MySpace too. There was so much you could do there. Like I had a little dog that everybody could play with and so many things.
There's one. Oh, and another. The flowers we have in Hyrule aren't just beautiful. They're also quite useful as ingredients for a variety of things.
Bet you didn't know Zelda's an herbalist.
This one here is called the Silent Princess. It's a rare, endangered species. Despite our efforts, we can't get them to grow domestically yet. The princess can only thrive out here, in the wild. All that we can hope is that the species will be strong enough to prosper on its own. Is that what I think it is? Look at this. I don't believe it, but I actually caught one. This delicacy is known to have very, very potent effects under the proper circumstances. Ta-da! Research from the castle shows ingesting one of these can actually augment certain abilities. We wouldn't be in a controlled environment out here, but with your level of physical fitness, you'd be a perfect candidate for the study. Go on. Taste it.
Little froggy, yep. But yeah, we did learn a lot of coding in MySpace. That was one of the bonuses. I was in depth with my MySpace, I will say. I had a lot going on in it. All right, so we can get rid of that stamp. It was close. Yay! And now, let's see. Got a tower out that way. We'll mark that for a second. That's the one we came from, right? So we're good. Yeah. We already have that one. That one. There we go. Cool. Oh my goodness. And then some over there too, but I think we may have those. So yay. Tom was trying to teach us. He was. He was. Oh, he was so good. And I appreciate all of you guys. We have made it all the way to 8 o'clock. You guys are fantastic. Thank you guys so much for being here. I'll be back in 2 weeks. Um, Actually, I guess is it 3? It's the week following is no, and the week following that is no, and then the other one. So I guess 3 weeks. We'll be back. We'll catch up on everything that happened in the rest of Mercury retrograde, how the start of the Aries ingress goes. Remember, if you want, you can join our live call tomorrow and catch the recording of that on YouTube. It's going to be great. Um, and I can't wait to see you guys. I hope that we all make the most of the new energy coming in with the Aries ingress. I hope that I can share really cool things with you guys from Peru, and I'll see you soon. Thank you again for being here. See ya.